Now, face the mighty bison.
EVO Awards has just concluded, and in this video I want to do a little summary of it, but also talk about some other things that happened as well. The first thing that I'll talk about, and maybe you guys are aware of this because I'm late to the party, but we have Mortal Kombat skins in Fortnite, more specifically Sub-Zero. Now I did see somewhere else that also with Sub-Zero, the emote that will be added into the game is Scorpion Spear, and it will have the voice, "Get over here." I don't know if they'll add any other Mortal Kombat characters. Usually when they add a specific type of thing, especially highlighting it in this way, Sub-Zero was a huge thing, they usually add more characters. So maybe they'll do a Scorpion, a Liu Kang, a Sonya Blade. I think they should do Sonya Blade. That would be incredible. But also what I want to highlight is how they kind of skipped the line. We thought Tekken was up next after Yakuza, and Yakuza got skipped and they did Sub-Zero. That's crazy. Tekken is so behind in terms of the marketing power that Fortnite provides, but once they do tap into it, it will be glorious. And also something to consider, about time those Tekken skins do show up, Season 2 should be out, it should be cooking, and the game will be glorious. It will be better. It will be excellent. Also, you have Armor King. Okay, this is not Armor King, but doesn't he look like Armor King? Maybe this is the sign. On the topic of reveals, the leak was real. This leaked earlier in the day and it showed 5 characters. This was later confirmed, and with it was a open beta test. I will be participating in this, trying all 8 characters you see here playable at the bottom, and here is the times for those of you who want to get in on the action. Now when you talk about Arslan Ash, he participated in the match that they demonstrated for Fatal Fury, and he dominated. He cleaned up Punk. Punk won Player of the Year, right? He's like one of the best Street Fighter players. Arslan Ash bodied him and made it look easy. He popped off. Bro got way too excited. For a second there, he thought he was on the Tekken World Tour stage or something like that. Fatal Fury looks awesome. The game is great and has a lot of defensive options, which I really like. Can't wait to play it when it drops. Now, this is something that we got to once again talk about Tekken. Tekken has won 3 awards for Game of the Year, but players are livid about it. I mean, if you look at the comment section of this alone, a lot of people are like sleeping face about Tekken 8. A lot of it revolves around defense. Some of it revolves around different aspects of the game, ranked, etc. But something that I thought was interesting in this celebration speech and also the past celebration speech at the Game Awards is how they kept emphasizing, they re-emphasized to the players how in Season 2 we want to do something better. But it sounds like they were really trying to say, like, we hear the players, we hear your concerns, and in Season 2 we're going to deliver. Even though the game is kind of like, they still have a lot of potential. And you got to think about it in terms of Tekken 7. Tekken 7 started off kind of slow, but as the time went on and as they got really cooking with the game, the updates, it got really good. Now, some people are expecting Tekken 8 to do the same. I think it's sad that we have to pay full price for a game and wait a year for it to get good, a year plus for it to get good. But that is the current state of things. And players who have those expectations still have those expectations, which means there's hope for Tekken 8. Now, in terms of Anna, she was not shown at this event, and I didn't go into it expecting a Anna reveal. Now, about 4 hours in, Majin Obama started talking about Bandai Namco doing reveals, and he started using Harada terminology. He started talking about PowerPoints. He said it like 2 or 3 times. That made my expectations for a reveal turn up to the highest degrees. But then by the end of it, there was no Anna reveal, and I was like, wait a minute. Did bro just bait all the Tekken players to keep watching? What was that about? I don't know. But I think Anna will be shown in a couple of days from now at the time of recording this video at the Gamescom event on February, I believe 23rd, maybe. This isn't a confirmation by any means. This is purely just my own speculation, my own ideas. But looking at how things panned out for Season 1 with Eddie being announced like kind of January-ish, and then him releasing like around April, that's EVO Japan, it would make sense that they would do the same thing for Anna. Show her in January, now we're in February, right? So it's kind of changed in the day a little bit. But show her in February, and then EVO once again release her soon after, right? And then also that frees up space for the second character to be announced at EVO, teased at EVO, and then we could get going and the ball can roll. The EVO Awards, as the name says, it was an award show ceremony, and they had a lot of awards and they were celebrating a lot of people. You have Sejam Slam winning the Content of the Year. You have best meme. This goes to Fighting Game Attacks IRL. Maybe if you guys are on Twitter, you've seen those videos. Bro does great work. You have the best commentator. This goes to Justin Wong. Best on-air duo goes to Sejam and Snipes. Sejam and Snipes, you're going to hear those names a lot. Those two guys cleaned house. Tasty Steve, he got an award. What was it for? Best dressed. We'll talk about that in just a second. Then you also have the best button. What is the best button you could play? A lot of people would tell you that it's the Flash. I would agree. Also, Jin Kazama down 2 is a good one. But this winner goes to Ken Crouching Medium Kick. I guess it's super OP. It's the best button to press in Street Fighter and according to this award in any fighting game. The best tech award goes to Pro KO Leverless Fight Stick. So this is also pretty cool as well. They gave some awards to the companies who make the things that we use to play the game. I on the stream constantly talk about the analog stick and how it has evolved over time with Tekken, because one, I think there was massive improvements made there on the Tekken development side, but then also it just speaks to how important the controllers, the pieces, the parts, the buttons, all of it is in terms of playing fighting games. Another award, this is the best marketing campaign, and it goes to Chipotle for the work that they did with EVO, Street Fighter 6, and Tekken 8. And the winner of They Got Next goes to Noah the Prodigy. Maybe you guys are familiar. Best content creator goes to Sejao, definitely deserving. Best local goes to Takakane, I can't remember how to pronounce it, Tuesday. Great thing as well. This is the Japanese local event. Majin Obama is a big part of it. You have the best commentator. This one goes to Yipes. I wonder if you guys are seeing a pattern here. You have the best cosplay. This goes to Shinobi. Then you also have the player of the year. This goes to Punk. Now, Tekken 8 did win one award, and this is the best game release of 2024. Now, the competition, it wasn't that much, but you had, well, actually, you had Street Fighter 6 Season 2. You had Mortal Kombat, their season, whatever it's called. But Tekken 8 won this award. Now, you have Hayo. This person won a lot of awards here. The first one is an award for Match of the Year, which goes to both players who participated in that match. Then you have Best Comeback of the Year, which also goes to Hayo. You have Pop Off of the Year as well going to Hayo. But the biggest event of the year is this one, Moment of the Year. Moment 38 by Hayo wins that award. This was a great event. I loved it a lot, but one thing that I started to notice as we got really deep into these awards is that a lot of it was going to Street Fighter. Now, the format that they did was a voting format. Players voted for it. Usually you have the journalists vote for it, and we all know journalists are kind of not trusted. They are paid for, they're unbiased, they put a lot of politics into stuff. Players don't really agree with them. So I do like EVO's format of allowing the players to vote, but it's having this weird effect where Street Fighter is the biggest fighting game hands down. You look at the Steam numbers, you look at the Twitch numbers, you look at the content creator subscribers, it's the biggest. And as a result, when you have the players vote, the biggest crowd wins. And Street Fighter cleaned house. No other fighting game was allowed to shine because of how big Street Fighter was. And I think going forward in the future, they should try to figure out a better way to do the format so that other fighting games can shine. When you talk about the nominees of all of these awards I just listed, Tekken was nominated at times. You had a lot of Street Fighter nominees, but then when you talk about games like Guilty Gear, KOF, those games was basically irrelevant. Those games didn't win not a thing. With this being a moment to celebrate fighting games, in order for this to not turn into a Street Fighter 6 celebration year after year, they have to take a look at the format.